Alright, welcome everyone. So today I am going to be doing number 2 in the series. I was going to live stream it, but you know what? I figured today we're just going to do a little playing around and kind of see where we go from here. Maybe I'll do a stream on Friday or something and make something then, or sometime this weekend anyways. So basically all that I'm going to do now is I want to build what I really want to do is build a cell phone stand. I know there's tons of them on Thingiverse and all over the place. They're real simple to make, so I think the only issue I have is I want to make it so it will work with my cell phone, my Samsung tablet. I want it to work with my iPad as well as my Fire Amazon Fire tablet. So the biggest of them is the Fire HD. So that one's going to be a little bit tricky. So I got to come up with a system that it will be able to be adjusted. Now I was trying to think of that. Maybe I'll just scrap that out and have it for other devices. But yeah, I don't know yet. I'm going to start designing and maybe I can make something to adjust. But we'll figure it out here in a moment here. So first thing I'm going to do is I want to start by designing the base, and I'm just going to get my rectangle out here. So for the base I'm going to use as an example basically a little mini tripod stand. So it's about 5 inches in a triangular pattern. So we're going to try to keep that about the maximum that we're going to do. So by using that as a guide, we can make sure that it's going to be able to hold an iPad, a bigger one, as well as smaller devices like, my phone. Mind you, that's a little dirty. I shouldn't have shown that. Sorry about that. But we'll get started here. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a 5-inch square on the bottom, and I'm going to lay it up just a little bit. So hey Google, what's 5 inches to millimeters?
5 inches equal 127 millimeters.
Okay, so there we go. We have our size that we need, and I'm a little far out here at the moment, so let's get in a little bit. So 127. There we go, 126. And you know what, like you can So basically what you can do is in the bottom right, you can actually just type in the dimension you want, but I just prefer to do it all freehand. I have no idea why, but that's just the way I am. So when it comes to this, we're going to want to start by finding the middles here. So I'm just going to go ahead and go like that. So I figured the 5-inch rule, 5 inches wide, would be the ideal because I could lay my phone in there sideways or, upright. But then it would also be good enough for my tablets as well. And I have an issue with that because, you know what, I want something that I can use with multiple devices. I want something for on my desk here as well as over in my shop. That way I can have it just not laying flat on the desk or the bench there. So I'm going to go ahead and just start designing the base, and then we'll build up on top of it, and then we'll clean things up a little bit. So when it comes to this, I'm just going to go here to here. So we know this is 5 inches, then we know this is 2.5 inches, half of that is 1.25 inches. So that's a decent amount of area for the front lip. But we need to cut a lot of this meat off of here because I don't want it to be a 5-hour, like a really long time to be able to print this. So I want to basically cut as much as I can without losing some of that integrity of the structure. So basically all I'm going to do is, so I've got about 5 inches and I'm going to make it about, you know what, just to be on an even playing field here, let's do it 5-inch basically squared. So we'll do 5 inches on the height on it at its highest point as well. I think that's a fair enough height, and most printers should be able to print that without any issues. So the first thing we're going to want to do is take our eraser. I'm just going to raise this part here up 127. Okay, there we go. And I'm just going to get rid of that guy. Come over here, make sure nothing's there. So now, one thing I want to do is I want it so that basically this guy is coming down on an angle here, but I don't want to start right at the back here. I want to have a little bit of meat on here, so basically all I'm going to do is go like that, find the center of that, and then there. So now I found, just by doing the center gaps, I'm just kind of guesstimating, and we can certainly check, and then here's halfway, but I want it in that halfway point, so right there. And we can take our measuring, and so we got about 7 inches. So that's going to give a nice little structure to the back there. And then from there, we'll go right across with our drawing tool. And this is all going to change here in a little bit here. We just want to get the overall kind of shape of it going. That's going to be our main concern here, and then we can go ahead and design things up that way. So then we go like that, and now we should be able to just erase that kind of stuff, get rid of all that. So now we got a cool, decent little shape here. Now one thing I want to do is I want to kind of round this so it's not using so much of the basically the filament in it, but it'll have some structural integrity to it. So basically this section here is where the phone's going to go, and then we'll have our front lip here, so that way the phone will slide against here, and then this front lip will come down over it, and then we'll have our base here. Now I'm recording this, not doing it live, for one reason. I don't know how well this is going to work. I still don't trust my design skills that much, because sometimes you really have to play around with it and design things multiple times before you get it right. It's just the way that it is. So when I design something, I just kind of picture it and play with it and go from there. So, and I'm doing a cell phone stand just for the pure purpose of doing a stand. I've never built one, so I figured, well, let's see what I can do, and hopefully maybe someone else will be able to get a little bit of Okay. A little bit of something out of it. I don't know. I'm basically doing this as a trial and error kind of method. So I'm gonna so I know that this here to here is about that 6 millimeters or 7 point whatever it was. So I don't want to lose too much of the integrity there. So I'm just going to go like that to start. And we can always adjust this later, but we should be able to just push that and get rid of it like that. There we go. And now the next thing that I want to do is I'm just going to find the midpoint here and the midpoint here, because I think I'm going to bring this in and only have it to be 2.5 inches wide. That should be enough meat for, I always say meat, you know, just enough, you know, structural integrity to be able to hold the device. So if I go like that and kind of play around with it and just line it up, looks a little bit. Hey, you are going to go to your home. Okay, so that does not want to go to its home. So we will do the next best thing here. Since it won't do that, we're just going to bring it out and we're going to draw a line up to it here. And then we will push it in that way. Should be able to. And we just do it until it disappears. Well, that's crazy. Why you don't want to go to your home? There we go. Finally got it to its home. And then we'll go ahead and do the same thing on this other side here. Now, I figured I'd do these videos just for the fun of it. So if you guys do have any questions or comments, just post them below and I will be sure to answer them. Looks pretty good, but not quite. Find where it disappears. Make it go home. We are close, but not close enough. Did I seriously not have that on the line properly there? I swear I did. And I'm pretty sure there's easier ways of doing things, but this is just the method I use. So yeah, and once you get playing around with it, you start to have fun with it. So by all means, have fun with it. Don't take it seriously. Yeah. And if someone doesn't like your design, oh well. You designed it for you and to basically see if you could do it. Or something. I don't know. Yeah, I think Google Sketchup is a great platform for people learning to 3D print. I really think that it's about the most simplest one out there when it comes down to it. I've used tons of programs out there, and this seems to be by far the quickest and easiest. So now I have this here. I still have lots of meat here. That's what I want. I don't want a huge, basically a big tail coming out the back here. I'm hoping this will be enough, but I guess we will find out. So now what I want to do is I want to bring the front up. So I'm going to go and bring that guy up, and that should match up to this guy here. And actually, you know what, let's measure it. 31.8. so we will just bring that up. 31.8. Okay, so now that should match up, and then all I'm going to do here is, hey Google, what's 31.8 divided by 2?
The answer is 15.9.
Okay, so now we're just going to bring up these guys here to that point as well. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to erase these guys for now, and hey Google, repeat. I totally forgot.
Sorry, I'm not sure how to help.
Hey Google, 31.8 divided by 2? I think that's 15.9.
The answer is approximately 0.147.
Well, that's not going to work. Hey Google, what's 31.8 divided by 2?
The answer is 15.9.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so go up. There we go. So now we got that. Now our phone will slide into here, but I want it to catch just a little bit here as well. So for being able to do that, we are going to have to, so this goes here, and where are we going here? Okay, so this one's a bit of a tough one. Trying to get the same angle that you have here, but I guess we could go like that and then kind of bring it right to that point. Yeah, I think we'll do that. We'll go like that and bring it halfway to the midpoint. Bring it across. That doesn't look right. That looks like it needs to come right about there. So let's get rid of that. Okay. Whoa, what did I do there? That's not good. That will not do. So let's get that guy over there. There we go. That should be better. Okay, so now I'm just going to take my eraser, clear this up a little bit, clear that up. And then now we kind of want the phone or anything to kind of just slide into the area here and kind of get caught there, but we don't want to have it so that this is up too high either. What would be a good idea here? So we've got that. So what we could do is we could go to this midpoint here. Let's go there. And then we'll do the same on this side here. Midpoint. Find where it comes over. And as you can see, there's not much that so by doing this, basically I'm just trying to get my angle like that. Oh, that looks terrible. Let's draw that all the way over. Okay, so that should be good there. Now we should be able to come over to this side here. And then we will bring that guy over, and then we'll follow that angle. Okay. So now that should be enough of a lip, and that is, oh, what's that? 15 millimeters. So that's pretty high yet. So, hey Google, 15 millimeters to inches.
15 millimeters equals 0.591 inches.
Yeah, that's too high, in my opinion. So what I think we will do, so I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of this guy, this guy, this guy, and then I'm just going to push this guy here out of the way. And now you can kind of see where the phone's kind of going to slide in there, but this is way too high. So we need to lower that down a bit. I don't think we can. No, we can't. So we're going to have to just cut from it. Where's the midpoint here? So there's the midpoint. Let's measure that and see how that looks. So 7.9. So that's a little bit better, because yeah, when it's in there, you don't want a whole bunch holding it, but you want it enough that it'll go in on the angles and still be able to. So to give you an example of what 6 millimeters would be, it would be the equivalent of, oh, I don't have anything here to show you. Go figure. Anyways, it's not much. I have some, maybe this will work. No, can't use that. Let me find something. Okay, so for an example, this board here, that's 6 millimeters. So we want to take that, if we take that right here and just put a little lip on it there, that angle, and that's what's going to grab the phone or the tablet or whatever we put in there. Okay. So I was thinking about it, and I think I want a USB cable to go in here as well, so I'll have to kind of design that. But I think that's 6 mil, or I think it's 7 point something here, 7.9 with the phone or tablet on a slant. That should give enough room. to be able to slide it into. And you can certainly take your phone and find whatever button is on it and just kind of put it on an angle, and you'll see that the distance from there to the bottom is going to be more than that 6 inches, so, or 6 millimeters, sorry. So we'll go ahead and we will push this top block and get rid of it here. And so now we have quite the distance here, but I think we need to add a little bit to the bottom if we are going to add a USB cable to it. So I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of this guy. Maybe. There we go. I got rid of that guy, and I do believe this here is so 22.5 millimeters. Let me just measure. So realistically we only need about 6 or 7 millimeters there, so we can bring this in. But depending on the cable that you put in there, you're going to want a little bit more. So I think what we'll do is we will bring it in a little bit, but for now I'm going to put the cable hole at the bottom here. So what I'm going to do for that is I'm just going to use that arc one again, and I'm just going to find the center here. Go down, and then I'm going to find the center for that one as well as on the other side. There we go. And then we're just going to take our 2 points from our arc to our arc, and we're just going to bring it up. Oh, I don't know. I guess we can get rid of a lot of that. So let's go. So 18. Let me see here. Yeah, that should be more than enough. So I'll go right there. And then I'm just going to take my eraser, get rid of this stuff, and then I'm going to go ahead and push this one out the back. Hopefully I've changed the structure of it here, so I don't know if that'll work. Let's have a look underneath. And yeah, we'll go. We'll go there. That. Okay. Let's erase that. Erase that. Get our eraser, clean up a little bit of these spots. And then we will push the rest of this one out, hopefully. Let's see what we can do here. Alright, so we go like that, and then we erase that. I wonder if we can erase that now. No, that's gonna need. So all we're gonna do here is we're just gonna go to our. Let's try that one again. That was terrible. Not sure why I wanted to do that there, but that's okay. Where are we? Which part are we in? Okay, there we are. So this might be enough for the cable to go in, but remember we got to bend that cable, so I think we're going to have to lower this down a bit, so we'll have to make some sort of feet for it. But this will hide the cable, and then we'll bring these sides here in a little bit. So you know what? Let's take a measurement here. If we go from here to here, that's about 10 mil. And I think most cables are a lot smaller. Yeah, so we can certainly use that as our footing. So I'm gonna just go ahead and bring this guy back to where it was there. And then we'll kind of, I don't know, do something here. Make it look a little bit cleaner there. And then yeah, we could certainly just go something like that, so that way it'll come out of here. Okay, so now we should be able to, nope, we'll leave that, we'll fix that later on. Okay, so now how much room do we need to about 40 millimeters based on the one that I just bent. So I want 40 millimeters from the where it's going to plug in to the bottom. So we're at 25.2. So let's just bring up our calculator here. So 40 minus 25.2 equals 14.8. So we need to do 14.8 down. So let's go ahead and bring that down. Okay, so now we have this guy. Now this is, that's massive. Okay, that's fine. That will work for me. Yeah, I'll go with that for now. So then the cable will come in here, it'll bend up here, and depending on the cable, I don't think we need that much room though, so I think we're gonna bring these in to that halfway point on each side. That should be more than enough for whatever cable to go up in it. We'll measure it and make sure, but so let's just go here. Come on, where are ya? let's measure. So if I measure from here to here, we have 47.6 millimeters. Hey Google, 47.6 millimeters to inches.
47.6 millimeters equal 1.874 inches.
I think that should work. Yeah, let's go with that. I'm gonna go with that. That's still a lot of meat there for it to play with. So we're just gonna line that up there. That looks good. And then we'll come over here, do the same here. Zoom in a bit, make sure we're on the line. Ah, come on. Well, I think that's pretty close. I think we'll go with that. Okay, so now we have the tunnel.
Got it.
Hey Google, stop. So now we have our tunnel for it. I guess now we just have to design the rest of it here. So I'm going to go from here to here. We're gonna just start getting rid of some of this junk and design away. So as you can see, it's pretty big here. So I think what we'll do is go to the halfway. Oh, on the red line, I guess. Click that. No, that's still too much. Okay, and then we're going to take our eraser, get rid of that guy, get rid of that guy, just clean it up a little bit. I think we're looking pretty good here. Now we could do more with this back piece, but I kind of want that solid as much as possible, just because if you have a tablet on it or anything bigger. I guess what we could do is we could, oh, where's center here? If I go like that, and then do this. I think we should go right there. Yeah, I think that'll look better right there. I would like to do, I wonder if we can do an arch there. Oops. Let's try that again. Just to give it a little bit more character like that. Then we'll go like that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's erase that. Now let's try pushing that through. Let's draw our line from here across to here. There we go. So it's just missing the one line there. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. So I think I want to get rid of a little bit more. Go there. And of course, there's a little bit sticking up right there. Okay, that should be good. Okay, so now we got a big majority of it out of there. So I don't know if this will work. So we did that, that's gonna do that. I want it so that the cable's kinda hidden under there. Do we need this much bulk here? Probably not. We could probably go for it there. So I think what we'll do is we'll push that there and then we'll just bring it out a little bit and it should give it a nice little effect. So we'll do that and then we'll bring it out 1, 2. Let's go 4 millimeters there. And then if we wanted to, we could write something on the front here. So we could go 3D text. Go like that. But by the looks of it, I can make it a little bit bigger. I'll upload it, if I do upload it and it works, I'll upload it without, we'll just leave it like that. So the distance here is quite a bit, so I'm not too sure how well it'll work. This might have to be lowered a little bit, but I only want that little amount there, but I want it for multiple devices, so the angle they lean in here might be a little bit different. And we could probably do a lot more with this guy here. We could probably cut it in half and do, you know, a bunch of different designs in it. But I think that's pretty good. Yeah, for me, I gotta throw the name on the front. Okay, so we'll put that at 12 millimeters. Let's try that. That looks peachy keen. Something like that. And that would probably we'll just put that there. Center it a little bit better. And that looks like it. So, hey Google, turn on the 3D printer.
You got it. Turning the 3D printer on.
Alright, well, thanks for watching, everyone. You have a wonderful day, a wonderful week, and we'll see you next time. Take care, eh?